I saw the questions in the, we have one for Dave McCallum. The others have been answered. Dave, do you see the question? I can't hear you.
Sorry, let me read the question. I hadn't read it yet. Our fault rupture expert is Armin Pitarka, who has talked earlier today and characterizes the fault rupture for us. So he's really the expert that provides that. Your question is timely. We are currently looking into how many fault rupture scenarios we would need to fully characterize the risk. And so we're not just running a single rupture scenario, we're running a whole bunch of rupture scenarios that we think are representative of that particular fault. And we're trying to determine how many of those we need to include in our risk calculation. So we don't decide a single rupture. We take the rupture model and we perturb the parameters and we perturb the hypocenter and create a whole suite at the end of the day, a whole suite of different rupture models that reflect our best estimate of how we think that fault is going to rupture or how that fault could rupture. Does that help? I guess he can't talk, so he can't do it at all. Yeah, we could have a good offline discussion about that, and I can show you the different rupture scenarios and how we are using those. So Armin basically defines the rupture parameters and then throws the dice on the stochastic generator to get different rupture scenarios. So they're probabilistically generated in detail.
I have one general question. From all the simulations that do the earthquakes and then the structures and the social science part, which piece takes the longest time or is the most computationally intensive?
Well, in my simulations, the earth science simulation is the most,
Okay.
Yeah, it takes the longest time. Others just more or less ensemble computing, just a number of scenarios and initial conditions.
Is that the same for the other models? That does the earth science part take longer than the structural part or the social science?
It completely dominates in our calculations, Norm. The ground motion simulation dominates the calculations right now by a good margin. It's just, you're talking a 300 billion or, anywhere from 100 billion to 200 billion at the end of the day in our big models, and that just dominates the calculation.
So in my simulation, the nonlinear wave propagation in soft soil, that is dominant.
Okay. That makes sense as well. So
Yeah. The softer the soil, the harder it gets.
yes. Okay, any other questions? Let me see the Q&A. Does okay, if not, it's been a long day, I think. Do you want to go to closing remarks, Dave and
I think Holland has prepared some closing remarks.
Okay.
Okay, it's a long day. I promise I'm not gonna take too much time. So, what should I do to share my screen?